Alrighty, I am well aware that there is a new support conversations available over there, as while I was going back through old stuff, I managed to unlock a couple more. But I highly doubt that the ones I unlocked are going to be locked behind completing a main story mission, so we're going ahead. Here goes nothing.
This one's been leveled too. Every last house in the village reduced to ash. Our first push into enemy territory. And all we have to show for it is the charred remains of people's lives.
The neighboring village was plundered as well. There must have been Imperial soldiers stationed nearby.
So, is this you guys who have been doing the burning, or is this those who slither in the dark at work? That's my question.
What is it, Dimitri?
I don't understand. Why would they do this? Were they trying to stop us from retrieving supplies from these villages? Were they that adamant that we not establish a base here? In a sense, are we responsible for this?
The fiends oppressed this region heavily. Setting it alight was no far step beyond that.
Looks like they raised the fields too.
What wrong had these people committed to deserve such barbarity, such mindless slaughter? And what sort of foul creature would carry it out?
Oh, you have no idea.
Hard to say. I can get why they might want to burn the buildings down. But there's no reason to execute all the villagers too. This isn't usually how the Empire does stuff. Sure, their methods have always been pretty rough, but never downright cruel like this.
Agreed. Perhaps this is the result of their failure at Aryan Road. This devastation, this blackened earth. Can this truly be the world she hopes to create?
You don't know if she's even in control anymore. Although, I guess you'd have no way of knowing that she's little more than a puppet now.
I suspect Edelgard is no more than a mere puppet now.
Oh wait, you do?
That, or perhaps a victim of whatever befell Tomas.
Actually, with what you know about where Edelgard went, maybe you would assume that, huh?
You may just be right.
Urgent news, Your Majesty! The Western Church has launched a surprise attack on our rear flank.
I see. And what of our losses?
Minimal as of yet, but the enemy makes to join up with the Imperial Army and strike again.
Lucky us.
What's the call, Dimitri?
I'd like to push on, but it seems we will have to put that on hold for now. The Western Church comes first.
Okay, that's new. Huh. I haven't seen that kind of Blue Lion's best route. Here I thought I was gonna be able to say that as a joke because the other two routes are incomplete. Now I'm saying it because they're actually doing interesting stuff. Then again, the fact that we haven't heard from the Western Church before now I guess is surprising, so let's see what they do.
But why would the Western Church form an army now of all times?
Well, if they're as embedded with the... Well, if those who slither in the dark are just as embedded there as they were in the Kingdom and Imperial ranks, perhaps they still have that... Perhaps they still have that lead? Although, you'd think Cornelia would be the main person responsible for that, but then again, with her position in the capital, maybe she wouldn't necessarily, given the Kingdom's relationship with the Central Church. So, this is probably still those who slither in the dark, but maybe it's not Cornelia. Maybe we'll get another face to it.
I know they've had many disagreements with the Central Church over the years, but that doesn't explain the timing.
The answer may lie in the reports that some of Cornelia's associates have been seen among their ranks.
Oh hey, a reasonable answer. Thank you.
Interesting. The Western Church infiltrated by the very foe we hope to strike down. An organization devoted to the salvation of all, overtaken by another dedicated to nothing but chaos. Now there's some irony.
I guess it depends on what happened when. But if the Western Church has been rubbing elbows with Cornelia's people this whole time, they might have played a role of their own in the tragedy of Dusker.
Indeed, I believe the situation holds many hidden truths. Ones we may never have imagined until this very moment.
Is this really the time to be concerned about that? We need to stop them. What has you hesitant?
Tomas, Cornelia, Tallis. They've been pulling the strings this whole time. But what's that mean for me? My power is the exact same as theirs.
It's certainly a puzzle, yes. A quandary even I don't hold the answer to. Perhaps you're related somehow. Though bearing similar abilities doesn't necessarily make you their kin. The good news is, some of them will be in this very battle. Perhaps you can seek out the truth yourself.
I suppose we shall see. Okay, it's this map again. And yep, as I saw earlier, Baltus is in play. Let's see. That should be fine. Okay, so it looks like... Why are they talking about citizens? Oh boy, is this gonna get complicated? Probably gonna get complicated. Alright, let's bring in who we need to.
Put them all down.
Is there only one person? That's unusual. What, was Roderick the other one? Possibly. Alright, so what do we need? Let's see. Shez is going to be at somewhat of a disadvantage if I keep him as his base class. So Dimitri's definitely coming along. Let's see. We need an archer. Ash will do better than Shamir. Let's see.
I can do this.
Catherine we probably don't need on the field while taking the records in the field. Actually, Mercedes over here. Actually, if I could do this correctly. This might work, actually. Because you'll have an advantage against brawlers. But assuming you're able to hang on to that battalion. Although I need to give you the good brawlers. Wait, those are the good brawlers. Crap. Are they the good brawlers? Ah, here's some better ones. Assuming you're able to hold on to the good brawlers, that should actually work pretty well for you. And just to be on the safe side, I can have Sylvain in the background to mess him up. Although, would it be better to just have Sylvain in general, since that we can mess with archers pretty effectively no matter what? Well, either way, we'll bring in Ned to help deal with the others. We can have her run off into a corner and just cause havoc on her own. Just give her the magic staff. And... oh wait, that's monsters, not... let's see... let's go with this. Alright. Let's also give you heal just in case... actually, recover. That's more powerful dealing magic. So we'll give you that just in case we need you on the defensive. And then we can give you heal. I believe you only... yeah, restore only is status effects. So that's less useful, since the status effects aren't as important here.
I'm ready.
Yeah, this should be a good arrangement. It's mostly the original. Well, yeah, it's pretty much exactly only the original. Although, I don't have a way to rebuff... now, I don't have a way to rebuff archers, but I could use someone in disguise. Only I had more Master Seals I could throw at upgrading. Well, throw at upgrades, but not now. Still, we are at the point where we've got the good weapons, so here's hoping we're able to see this through. Here goes nothing.
I thought this was the Western Church's army. You wouldn't know it with all those outside forces. Imperial and otherwise.
We must help these people, and quickly. We focus on gaining territory afterwards.
Alright, I guess that explains things then. Okay.
I'll give it 1000%.
Hear you loud and clear.
So we've got a couple gatekeepers that need to be mulched.
I'll do my best.
Alright, send Ash this way.
Begin the operation. Allow me to lend a hand.
I'll give it 1000%.
You
Leave
go with...
everything to me. I'll give it 1000 time to push on.
Begin the
hang on, I need
operation.
some
I'll give it
So,
1000%. We can
send
do
you
it
there.
together.
Hear you loud and clear.
Sylvain, I guess you can... he won't be very useful there. Dimitri, keep pressing ahead.
We must. I'll do what I can.
Felix, link up with Shez. We're not focused on support level right now.
Shall we?
I guess you can go with Sylvain.
Let's give it a shall we?
Alright. This should suffice.
Citizens in escape. To do so, we must start by capturing the nearby strongholds.
There are still people trapped inside the...
Looks like I've got reason to send Dash this direction then,
Do my best.
Although I probably want to crack those open sooner rather than later.
Hear you loud. We need to get to them fast.
Yeah, there's a lot that we need to do.
Let us crush their defenses.
Alright, so Felix is almost linked up with us.
Get a load of this guy here for the wrong job. Who made him an Imperial General anyway?
Not a problem.
Actually, if those are assassins, send Dimitri to deal with them.
We will proceed as planned.
We'll switch over to Sylvain and start mulching people with him, since that you're pretty good at mulching people in general. Oh, that's cute. You think you can do something to me. Have this.
Let's work together.
Although you did take a lot of damage from that strike, so maybe I should be careful.
Hey, you tried.
God, level 12 when I have to recruit Violet is gonna be rough, even with master classes.
This stronghold will fall.
Gameplay-wise, it was relatively straightforward, but still. And as you can see, Sylvain can rough people up quite a bit. Get out. I'm surprised he didn't take any damage from that. Alright, finish him off. Good work. Now you can help Ash secure that.
One stronghold secured. We must now capture another.
That's not what I meant to do, but I'll take it. Alright, line it up.
To victory!
Alright, looks like the other assassin's out of range, but we can at least mulch one of them.
Yes, understood.
Or catch the second one is in the second round. Alright, didn't quite take out any of them, but... Oh, apparently it did. Never mind. And then that should be more than enough to finish you off. Nice.
We will proceed.
And we can have you run ahead and start causing havoc up there.
To perform.
Take a breather.
It's 10 to death for these people should these strongholds fall. We must keep them secure.
Alrighty. So that's why they were talking about...
Here for killing innocent people. Goes against the Merc Code.
So Baltus does have morals? I'm only half joking. Alrighty.
Not a problem.
Let's have you run ahead and start causing havoc to them.
Leave this to me.
And you guys need to open this up.
We're paying you to kill. So you buckle down and do it.
Crap, not in range. Oh, now in range. Excellent. Alright, Ash should be able to mulch this, and then we can have him and Sylvain run ahead.
I've got you now.
Let us crush their defenses.
Excellent.
I'll do my best. I'm a little nook. Hear you loud and clear.
Alright, keep pressing on.
What would embolden them to do such things?
Because I didn't think the Western Church even had any purview within the Empire to begin with. Then again, enemy of my enemy. I mean, technically, my enemy of my enemy is my enemy's enemy, and no more, no less, but that's not a popular phrase now, is it?
Let's see. We will proceed as planned.
That's a lot of assassins we're gonna have to deal with eventually.
Take a breather. Stand back.
Okay. I think Sylvain will have an easier time because, well, his special ability is far more useful for direct combat.
Find someone else for this job.
Shut up and do as you're told. Or I can always cut you to pieces.
Yeah.
Got you.
Keep at it. Nice. Alright, that's definitely the end of you. Go ahead and grab that while you're here.
Hear you loud and clear.
Ooh, a mage for you to mess up. Go
I'll
get
make
him.
sure. I'll do my best.
Yes, you can go over here then.
I've awaited this. We will proceed as planned.
I'm gonna want you near those assassins, so let's have you go after that for the moment.
to help the others.
Go. I just realized I should have put dark spikes on you. And again, Blizzard has its own utility. We've got concoctions, we're good. He doesn't need to be amazing at combat, he just needs to be good enough. Alright. Now that those have been secured, let's go rough people up with Dimitri real quick.
I think that's all of them. No matter what happens from here on out, we have to keep them safe.
We saved as many as we possibly could. Now we need to see them safely evacuated to the strongholds outside the fortress.
Ah, jeez.
I see you trying to sneak away. Not on my watch. You fools will get what you deserve.
We have a squad of healers in reserve. They should be able to provide aid to injured citizens.
Yep. Very good. Ah, crap. Assassins already. Alright, better have people stand guard then. Probably be brawlers help going after this one soon.
Not a problem.
Alright, stay on him. Only I could switch to Ingrid to move a little faster.
Thank the goddess. I hope that grants us some peace of mind for a little while. I can help.
Oh look, right on time, grapplers.
They just keep coming.
As is tradition.
Keep your fight.
Actually, I should have Sylvain. Sylvain's fine where he
At the
is.
same time, it's yours lose.
Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Let me out!
Ready to ballisti! Let's see them off with a nice parting gift!
Ah, great. Another thing I'll have to deal with.
Here goes.
As expected. I guess I can have Sylvain and Dimitri go to secure those, because that citizen should be just fine now. Although that is an archer, Sylvain won't be doing super well against that, so let's switch over to Shez.
Split up and take them down.
We'll destroy them!
That's a new line. No, you stay right there.
Let me out of here, Mediday. I said I'm leaving.
That's how you pronounce his name? Okay.
And I think you're going nowhere! You'll stay put and watch these peasants die!
It's not at the center of their ranks. We should reach out before things escalate.
Alright, it's mostly assassins over there, so maybe I should have kept Dimitri close by. Alright, that should be enough to knock out the important sniper.
Not a problem.
Alright, then you go for that. Actually, Sylvain, you go help these guys.
Hear you loud and clear.
You're gonna need your help on that one. Did not use atrocity. Oh.
Let us crush their defenses.
Okay. We use an I win button to get through this more quickly.
This stronghold will fall.
Then we can save an I win button for Metaday.
Victory.
How would the Ballista be targeted? Yeah, it looked like they were targeted to the interior of the fortress for a second.
We will proceed as
Alright, Dimitri, get in there. So we can. I'll make your way over there. I'll just switch over to Sylvain and rough these guys up. Ah, shoot. Not close enough, huh?
Let's hurry.
Sup? Okay, that's your third concoction, Ash. I should be more careful with you now.
I'll show them what I've got.
I really need to get these guys level up. it seems like level doesn't matter as much for offensive power. It seems that weapons have a greater role in that, but for defense...
Letting them get away. I just still have a fear in their eyes yet.
The hell? Did you be any more cartoonishly evil?
Hear you loud and clear.
How do I even get in there? Well, either way. I guess you can go back to roughing these guys up.
I shall take the lead.
Here I go.
My turn?
You can go back to finishing this guy off.
I can still
Hopefully I can get to Baltus in time. Okay, you're bothering me.
We'll destroy them.
There we go.
Follow your lead.
This should be enough to knock out this ballista. Yep. Alright, cool. Now I can have you go on a rampage elsewhere.
Not a problem.
Actually, maybe you can help over here.
Watch and
We
learn.
did it! We created a safe path forward.
There we go.
The people should be safe in the strongholds for now, but we must keep defending them to the very end.
Alright, open up. I want to mess with you. Actually, can Ash open it up? Let's go find out real quick.
I'll do my best.
Doesn't look it.
Unbelievable. They've all escaped. It's time to finish this myself.
By all means.
You let all the maggots get away, but I wasn't done torturing them. You'll just have to take their place.
So are you a bandit or a member of those who slither in the dark? I'm very confused about your role.
But this is our chance to take him down.
To victory!
I'm very confused about Metode's actual place in this world. Is he a bandit? An assassin?
Yes, understood.
Mercenary? Those who slither in the dark? I don't think that was enough damage, Dimitri. Holy crap. That was a bloody slowdown. Ah, jeez. Grapplers, learned allies, so
I'll do my best.
I guess Ash go defend that. Sylvain get over there and cause some havoc. You're good at that.
Victory!
Actually, let's send Shez in that direction too.
Not a problem.
Go for the stronghold.
I've got...
I think that's the stronghold, Captain. Ah well, I can worry about it later. Let's finish off these assassins first.
Yes, understood.
Is this literally the last one standing? That was a lot.
Wait. If it's money you want, I'll split the loot.
Must be a bandit then.
That traitor Merc still needs to be dealt with. Get him!
So that's how it's gonna be, huh?
We will proceed.
Don't think I'll just
Still might
take
take
this
a breather.
lying down.
We should probably close the gates to the strongholds that are sheltering the evacuees.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Probably. Just maybe. Oh shoot, you don't have any left at this point? Oh boy. Go over here then.
Thanks for the rescue. I think taking a job looking under those jerks.
Perhaps you'd like to join us instead. We can make it worth your while.
Sure, why not? Mind if I get a breather first, though? It's been a rough one.
I can imagine. Alright, so Baltus is safe and securely recruited, so now we can go have Dimitri deal with these guys, and Sylvain and Shez deal with the rest. think the game is having trouble catching up after the insane blow that Dimitri just dealt.
Do it now. Close the gates.
Now that the people are safe, press the enemy with no holds barred.
Not a problem.
Stand back.
Don't let the stronghold fall. To your posts, everyone.
You're gonna need more combat art stuff soon. I guess we can just hit the I win button for now.
To your posts, everyone.
Didn't you just say that, Ash? Ah, well. Alright, start leaning into this. Alright, build up the hit counter.
I'll show them what we got. Hey, you tried.
There we go. And then you can lay into him with a combat art to build it up even further. Good work.
Hear you loud and clear. I've awaited this moment.
Art splitter's so useful.
You can't afford to stop now.
Incredible, Your Majesty. I must strive to be more like you on the battlefield.
Whew. Probably shouldn't have separated them if I was gonna finish off the stun gauge, but that's okay. Not by choice, mind you. Wait, did the gates open back up? What? Oh, jeez. Go, Ingrid.
Okay, we're almost there. Keep it up, everyone.
Since when did they open back up? Were they only temporary?
We'll strike at their weakest point.
Well, whatever the case may be, easy solution. Murder! Assuming it actually lands.
Here goes.
Here goes indeed. Die. Okay, you're officially the most fun of the leading lords to play. That's awesome.
Is that what passes for an imperial general these days?
Also, your cape is really messed up.
You were no better than a stupid beast. We will withdraw.
Oh, hi, Myson. Alright, Russia. Actually, Ash should stay behind if it's magic. Yep.
I'll do my part.
I am Myson, liberator of humankind from the control of filthy vermin.
I'm sure.
Here I go. Take a breather. So that guy's the brains behind all this? Don't let him get away.
Oh, Dimitri's gonna be in an ideal place to intercept him, too. Actually, wait, why am I having Shez move the normal way, but I can have him Shadow Slide? Come on, think J. Yeah, great.
We must keep the people safe. Whatever happens, protect them.
Okay, let's...
We will proceed as planned.
I guess you can go back to dealing with those guys.
Perform to hear you loud and clear.
I think these are the two that are gunning for that.
This wasn't what I signed up for. I'm out of here. Don't let them get away.
There's a lot of people we need to not let get away. Good lord. Maybe that's what I should have Sylvain gun for instead.
Hear you loud and clear.
Actually, yeah, that's exactly what I should have Sylvain gun for. Shez can hold his own for a while against Myson and the rest.
Not a problem.
You are all descendants of the most inconsequential of beasts, and your deaths will fuel our grand ambition.
Uh-huh. Huh, there's a key? Where's the chest on this map? I can have Ash go run for it instead of the archer.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, go grab that, Ash. You're good at stuff.
It's as good as ours.
I'm sure. Alright, where are those Western Church bishops?
You know, he's looking an awful lot like Cornelius Crooks.
Ash shouldn't be fighting.
Ordered this massacre. Then I can't let you go any further. I'm unstoppable.
That was amazingly timed, good lord.
I'll show him what I got. Hey, you tried.
I can always count on you.
Can you though? It's Sylvain.
Hear you loud and
Alright, that's
clear.
another thing taken care of. Now go defend that while Shez cleans house.
She'll take the lead.
Actually, we can afford to be... Yeah, we can afford to be a little... Well, we can afford to focus on S rank right now. Looking at this. Oh yeah, we can make this work. Hopefully Shez doesn't kill Mycen too quickly. Hopefully he does kill Mycen. I'd rather not go on a wild goose chase for yet more Agarthans.
I cannot grow complacent.
How are we looking? Alright, so we should be able to have Dimitri rough up a couple more people. Well, either Dimitri or Sylvain rough up a couple more people and be fine.
Stand back.
Oh, heavy damage.
Stronghold's going to fall if we don't do something. We need to help, and fast.
Oh yeah, Ash shouldn't be in the middle of danger. Actually, he'll be fine against those. That's not...
Not be held up by such foul burn.
That's not heavy damage. What are you on about? Keep at it.
See you in hell, I guess.
Ooh, we can win.
Why don't you always try this hard?
Because he's Sylvain. Wow.
I've grown a lot.
Indeed.
We'll destroy them.
I'll follow your lead.
Alright, this should hopefully be enough. Not quite.
Still here.
Okay, that works.
I suppose we cannot make any more gains here. No sense in sticking around. Unless...
Unless... Do you know that I don't?
Mycen, was it?
Your efforts saved countless lives today. Hold your head high.
Alrighty, that went well. A bit dicey in a couple places, but nothing too unmanageable.
I'm getting stronger.
I'll hesitate no longer.
This just isn't my day.
Ow, no it isn't.
I'm glad to be of use.
Oh, nice. But given the sheer amount of nonsense I threw you at, I guess that makes sense. And you had type effectiveness on your side, too.
How can I best use this power?
Oh, nice. Swordbreaker. Oh, Silver Shield, even better. All sorts of good stuff with this one. Including all the money in the universe. Alright, welcome to the team, Balthus.
Where are you, Mycen?
Why? Why do you wield the power of Epimenides?
Oh? You're giving us the name before the... Ooh.
Epimenides?
Tell me, where did you obtain it? Unless... his core...
His what? What are you even talking about? The power I got from Arval?
I'm not sensing his presence anymore. Mycen has fled.
What? Did you accidentally give him something you shouldn't have, Shez?
Yeah, and left us with nothing but questions. I didn't get a word of what he was saying.
Afraid the same goes for me. That was all quite perplexing indeed.
Interesting, so they do recognize Epimenides' power then. But... I have questions. What did they mean by Epimenides' core, though? As in his soul, or does it work the same way as the Creststone of Sothis?
Either way, it's clear as day we're connected somehow. Arval, this power of yours, it's more dangerous than you've been letting on.
You think? I have to say, you've handled it with some serious aplomb these past few years. If you ask me, I see no reason to start fearing it now. The strength I've given you has saved countless lives, and you know it. Don't you remember what Dimitri said? Power itself is neutral. The good or evil comes from the one who wields it. So I say you keep using it, both to protect your friends and to finally defeat the Ashen Demon.
Curious that.
Got something on your mind? You seemed oh so distracted during your training today.
You're giving us a lot of time with Shez right now. Where else are you gonna go with this? What, is this the obligatory maybe we should recruit Byleth instead of killing her?
A bit, yeah. It's kinda hard to just move on after what Mycen said to me. Speaking of, he mentioned my power coming from some guy named Epimenides. Part of me wonders if that's not somehow referring to you, Arval.
I can't say for sure. The whole no memories thing, remember?
Right. I guess neither of us really know the truth about ourselves.
And I don't care to. Not now, anyway. There's an order all this should be done in. Priorities that take hold. If you let yourself get distracted by every shiny new object that comes along, you'll never reach your goal.
Which is what, exactly? Wait, don't tell me.
Defeating the Ashen Demon. Everything starts from there. You can think for the rest of time if you want, but you'll never discover the truth with only the information you have now.
And you think that defeating the Ashen Demon will get you that truth?
Not to mention that ending that fiend is the best and only way to protect the new friends you adore so much.
Yeah, you're probably right.
His Majesty requests your presence. Lord Rodrigue has just arrived. They hope to discuss strategy.
Oh, we're getting Rodrigue back now? Nice.
Got it. I'll be right over.
What has you pondering?
Such concludes the report I received from my son. The Western Church's assault does not appear to have meaningfully hampered the kingdom's progress.
Glad to hear it. We'd better make sure we can keep up.
It sounds like everyone's pulling their weight over there too. What a relief.
But Claude, what do you propose we actually do? Crossing the Great Bridge of Murden will only land us square in Burgley's territory, home to the Empire's Minister of Military Affairs himself.
Just throw... what is it? Just throw holes to the problem.
I don't get how we can invade the Empire without losing a ton of people.
Simple. We don't really invade. All we have to do is make it look like we will. I told Dimitri the same thing. Remember, Garrick Mach is the actual prize here. If we get dragged into a mud fight deep in their territory, pulling out won't be an option. The most important thing is convincing them they need to keep a nice, big flock of troops stationed to defend the Eastern Front.
So you're taking on a similar role as you did in Scarlet Blaze then? Makes sense to me.
And how do we do that?
How else? We use the many-headed snake.
And what's that?
Ugh, gross. I don't like the sound of this.
Don't worry, that's just the name of the strategy. It's an old trick they used to pull at East of Fodlan. Imagine our army's a many-headed snake, striking at a bunch of different targets all at once. Meaning not just the Great Bridge of Murden, but every other bridge that spans the Aramid too. The second the Empire starts trying to sever any one head in particular, we pull it back and redouble our efforts from the others.
A plan as arrogant and brazen as our leader himself, and yet an effective one to hear tell of it. At any rate, my opinion bears little weight in this chamber. I leave the decision to you.
We need to consider all our options here. If we really do reclaim Garrett Mach, Fodlan will undoubtedly change. And when it does, our army needs the strength to greet whatever horizon awaits.
Alright, so things are relatively straightforward on that front. As you would expect.
Azure Gleam. Reprisal.
So is this the moment where we do retake Garrick Mach, or is that later?
Having repelled the forces of the Western Church, the Kingdom and Alliance armies joined together to launch a large-scale coordinated attack on the Empire. Preparing to assault a key Imperial position, the Kingdom army uses northeastern Gert territory as a bridgehead to press further south. Meanwhile, a reliable ally returns to their side.
It's good to see you safely back, Rodrigue. I understand matters have begun to settle down in the West.
They have. It took more than a few lengthy inquiries, but I believe we finally excised the foul seed of discord from our soil. And the changes at the top of houses Gideon, Mateus, and Elidor should ensure it never takes root again.
So they're keeping their territories, then? I would have expected us to remove them completely after what they did.
Such is easier said than done. Our prior situation with House Kleiman took time as well.
Yes. Replacing the head of a territory always brings dissenters crawling out of the woodwork to oppose it. Be they nobles or commoners.
At least now we won't have to worry about our land descending into chaos behind us. We can't just keep repeating the same mistakes. I must say, though, I'm surprised this all went as smoothly as it did.
I did used to be the eminent Duke Fraldarius, remember? I have just a bit of experience with these things.
I'm not sure Felix is gonna take that answer at face value, but sure.
In any case, we must turn our gaze eastward. How's the Alliance holding up?
According to Gustav's report, Claude is holding out for the perfect opportunity to advance his army. Naturally, they don't favor their chances in a head-on clash with the famed Count Burgleys.
Well, depending on whether you could pull Holst away from Folan's throat, I guess it makes sense.
So, for the time being, they intend to feign a deadlock and slowly dwindle away the enemy forces.
It seems the decision to reclaim the monastery was a shrewd one, then. It's our best path forward.
I know we're slated to advance on Hevring territory, but shouldn't we hold off till the Alliance can come help us too?
No. On the contrary. If we can show our individual might warrants attention, the Empire will have no choice but to dispatch more troops west, which should in turn ease the burden on the Alliance and their army. Claude and I agreed to as much.
The real question is whether we can even trust him. It's impossible to tell if you ask me.
If anything, he might be trying to wear us down. Soften us up so he can beat the stuffing out of us later.
I'm not sure he even could get away with that, even if it was a knuckle-down, drag-out fight with the Empire. Because you still have the Hero's Relics. Guess it would depend on who ends up victorious in that arrangement, though.
I doubt he would do something like that. At least, not in the midst of pursuing the same goal. But you're right. Claude's tricky to pin down. You can never really tell what he's plotting.
I don't believe we can be too cautious here. We should consider every possible angle.
Agreed. But if the Alliance does try anything, Gustav and the Knights of Seros should be more than enough to thwart their plans. For now, though, we march on. Ready your units.
So, we finally take aim at the Empire in earnest.
Yes. We must finish this swiftly, for the sake of all those caught in the middle.
If you don't mind me asking, Your Majesty, do you have it within you to topple the Emperor? I speak not of military prowess, nor the strength of our army. No. I speak of your emotions.
Fair question.
He's got a point. I mean, she's your stepsister. Anyone would hesitate to cut down their own family.
She is an old friend as well. Though I doubt she has any recollection of it now. Rodrigue, do you truly think my hand will waver? I, who cleaved my own uncle's head from his shoulders?
That's exactly why he's asking.
Now, seeing as the Empire was involved in the tragedy of Duscur, there is still much I must ask of her. In a way, she and I are no different. Starting wars of our own volition, sending countless innocent lives to the feet of the goddess. However noble one's reasoning may be, a deed like that cannot go unpunished. And if she refuses to yield, then as a king, and one seeking revenge at that, I will take her life.
I'm pleased to hear it. Ah, that reminds me. I meant to give you this earlier.
And what is this?
A letter?
One from Lady Patricia. I uncovered it during our inquiry of Viscount Elidor.
From my stepmother.
I hope you'll forgive the intrusion, but I have already examined its contents. The letter contains no new information of note. That said, I expect you'll find the subject matter quite disturbing indeed, Your Majesty.
I see. I will read it later, then.
I wonder what's in it, then.
Oh, Dimitri. Have you read that letter from your stepmom yet?
They're playing the sad music, so of course he has.
Yes, I have. It was a missive requesting the then Viscount Elidor's cooperation in her conspiracy against my father. She claimed he would have much to gain from the king's elimination, all while shrewdly expressing sympathy with his objections to the reforms. I had it investigated for signs of forgery as a precaution, but such a search returned nothing. The letter is authentic.
Meaning your stepmom was a willing participant in the tragedy of Dusker. She sent so many to die, and would have done the same to her own stepson if all had gone according to plan.
All out of the desire to see her daughter again. Or so Cornelius said. The wretch's words deserve little weight, but I believe she spoke true.
It was hinted as such in your conversations in Three Houses with Happy, so I guess... there were a lot of things that's been directly confirmed here that were just hinted at before. I guess this is another one.
In every memory I hold of my stepmother, she was always looking past me, as if the one she truly cared for was somewhere else entirely.
That's horrible. I never knew my real mom, but the woman who adopted me loved me with all her heart. That's how it should be.
It was horrible, yes, but what of it? There is no guarantee a parent will come to love their child. Still, being faced with such plain evidence of her crimes is a difficult thing to come to terms with. I had once thought her among those I would avenge, yet now she lies squarely in the path of my fury.
Pretty heavy stuff, yeah.
I wonder if that'll lead to any wavering with what you're hearing, because if you are truly getting nightmares slash schizophrenically hearing the voices of those who have passed, if her voice was among them, I wonder what that'll do to your psyche.
I can tell you're troubled as well.
You can see straight through me, huh? Guess that's what 3 years together will do. It's Myson, that dark mage from before. He was familiar with my powers somehow. And yeah, I know you said you trust me, but I'm not so sure I even trust myself anymore. I just can't stand not knowing the truth. Who am I really?
No matter what answer awaits, I will continue to place my trust in you. That hasn't changed.
But what if I transform and attack you?
I would do whatever I must to restrain you, naturally. Failing that, forgive me. It helps no one to utter such words.
It's fine. If nothing else, the threat of death is good motivation for me to get this power under control.
Have you lost your mind? It almost sounds like you'd be okay with him killing you.
He's trying to make light of it, Arval. Let him have this.
I don't want to die, of course, but if it was between that and killing a friend, I know which one I'd pick.
Oh, man. Blue Lion's best route. I'm gonna keep saying that like a mantra because it's true.